My balance disappeared on my EBT card. I am at the register. Did this happen to anybody else? I just looked at the transactions. It says that something was deposited, but it's gone.
This video has honestly been one that I've been contemplating whether I should talk about or not. But I do know that food stamps is a big topic for a lot of people right now who are suffering. People are going without food. They're wondering where their next meal is going to come from. I'm going to be quite blunt and give my real feelings about this whole food stamp situation. And even though this one is a little hard for me to talk about, I still think the conversation of food stamps is currently worth the conversation. Now, before we get into the video, I need to give you guys some additional context on exactly what's going on. And this is a CNN article that was actually released on November 3rd, with the headline stating this: millions of Americans are facing delays for their SNAP food assistance. Here's who relies on the program. The article goes on to state that the federal government is only paying out partial food stamp benefits right now because of the government shutdown. Now, this CNN article reports that 42 million people, about 1 in 8 Americans, actually receive food stamps. And for those of you who don't know, food stamps are used as a resource to help buy food at grocery stores. This is a very important piece of information. It says here, most SNAP recipients are either children or age 60 and older. As you can see, the largest group of adults that are on SNAP are generally between the age of 18 to 59 at a rate of 42%. 28% of the people on SNAP actually are between the ages of 5 and 17, and 20% are adults ages 60 or older. The article goes on to state that households receive about $350 a month on average in SNAP benefits, and nearly 1/3 of the people who receive SNAP benefits live in deep poverty. So when the SNAP and the food stamp payments are late or cut in half, these people still need to eat. So what ends up happening is they end up resorting to places like food banks or even local churches because they were already stretched thin with the affordability of food. Recently, I did a video covering how Aldi was doing a $40 Thanksgiving meal. One of those people featured in the video is this lady here, who is now known as Toast Lady. In one point in my video, I was questioning why people were being so nasty and rude to her in her comment section. So I'm looking at the comments and I don't even want to show them because I'm not sure what the heck is happening. And I had no clue about any of this until y'all told me it's likely because of the comments that she made in this video right here.
This message is for all the people that are complaining that they're not getting their food stamps for November. What did you do with October's food stamp money? What'd you do? Did you stock up on pantry items and try to shop smartly? Or did you just go buy a bunch of processed garbage? Looks like you're going to be going to the food pantry for your Thanksgiving meal. I know a lot of food pantries hand out turkeys for Thanksgiving. All the sides and trimmings too. Lots of food pantries. You better figure it out. I'm sick of hearing you complain, honestly.
Y'all, this is my first time seeing the video. This is why you gotta go to people's profile, because indirectly, y'all were in the comments saying, that's the Toast Lady. I'm like, what Toast Lady? What are y'all talking about? Ma'am, you was out here wilding like that. So you're glad that they're gonna have to pull up at the food pantry? What is up with y'all? And then eating the toast is getting me. Just whoa.
You ever have this as a meal? I'm eating peanut butter and butter on toast. It's absolutely delicious. You should try it. And not for nothing, I saw this woman that said she was getting $1,100 a month in food stamps. Do you know how long I could make $1,100 in food stamps last in this house? There's 2 of us, but I do have my son over every once in a while, or my daughters over once in a while to eat. I feed them too, and we always got food in our house, no matter what. I would take a 3rd job. I have 2 jobs. I would take a 3rd job if I had to, just to make sure my kids ate.
I'm not mad at
What are you doing for your kids besides coming on the internet and bitching? They don't have any money in your food stamps.
Now, ma'am, y'all can't see, this is the problem. I get that you're willing to do whatever you need to do for your children, and that's great. I'm happy that you're able and willing to pick up a 2nd or 3rd job. I admire that. But to say to another parent, what are you doing? What if they're doing the same thing as you and they're not cutting it? What if they've actually exhausted all options? Can you imagine making a video like this and just not considering what people actually are going through in real life? Why are you eating this peanut butter toast? Ma'am, this was a lot. And then apparently they said in the comments, you might have got allegedly fired. I don't know. Then she said, what did you do with last month's money? I hope they spent it. I hope they used it to get groceries. I don't know. What's up with the multiple question test? I wasn't ready. And then this lady said, if I got $1,000, you know what I could do with that? I'm not gonna lie. I'd be happy if I was able to get $1,000 for groceries. If I needed it, if I needed it, if times are hard and I qualify. It's not my fault if I qualify. But I should have known the way that y'all were in the comments of that last video, something bad happened. And I don't know if she got fired or not, but I'll say this. It's never a good idea to look down on people. I don't see anything wrong with giving constructive criticism or actually trying to help people. Sometimes people don't like it whenever you do that. I get it. However, I think this video was received by people in bad taste. No pun intended, because she's eating a piece of toast that she said is good. Whew.
I don't know why y'all coming on TikTok hollering and crying about how your food stamps got cut off. What y'all expect other people to do? The people that were actually supplying your food stamps, we're fucking happy that you got cut off so we can stop paying for this. Get a job. Your legs work. You're not paralyzed. You got all your limbs. You are capable of setting that camera up and clicking the record button to make that video of you crying, hollering, and screaming. You're capable of applying for a job, putting in an application, and clocking in. A food stamps, any type of government assistance was to help you get on your feet, not stay off the mother. I don't feel bad for you. The only people I feel bad for are the elderly and the people that are actually physically disabled that don't have no motherfucking legs. Get a job and stop showing up on my For You page hollering and crying about how your food stamps got cut off. I'm glad, I'm glad.
This is the type of stuff I've been seeing on social media. And I know what y'all are thinking. Simone, what do you think about people saying stuff like that? I think there's nuance to a lot of things in life. And a lot of times we hear people say that even when it comes to other things like debt, we don't know the full story, right? Sometimes the full story is not that people did not want to work. I think it's really important that we actually understand are on food stamps because they cannot afford to live. It's not because all of them don't have jobs. Is there a group of people who don't have jobs and refuse to work? They may also be gaming the system. Is that true? Absolutely. Do I know people like that? Have I seen people like that in my life? Absolutely. Have I also met people who were on food stamps, who work jobs that don't pay them enough to go to the grocery store and be able to afford food? Yes. Do they have a job and 4 limbs? Some of them may be young. And for those people who are happy about people going hungry, whether they think they deserve to go hungry or not, why is that something to celebrate? What is going on in your spirit that you celebrate the downfall of somebody else? Because something about that don't sit right in my spirit, and I've been seeing it for weeks. I've been seeing a lot of people who I'm quite frankly disappointed in and disgusted. I've actually been disgusted by the amount of videos of people celebrating people's children going hungry. And you may have a gripe about the parents and say, why don't you get a job? You shouldn't have been a single parent. You shouldn't have got divorced. You shouldn't have left your husband, or whatever the case may be, right? Whatever it is that you want to nitpick at, for you to still come to the conclusion at the end of the day that there are children involved, say, ha, that's what you get. Many people have displayed over the last couple of weeks that there is a lack of compassion and also just a basic lack of nuance for a lot of people's situations. Even in this video here, this woman, and I hope she's AI, by the way. I hope all of these videos are AI because some of the stuff y'all are saying, have you no shame? Apparently not, but I digress. This lady, for example, never even mentioned the people who are working, scraping to get by, and who are on food stamps. She did not list them as the group of people that she feels quote unquote sorry for because they're not old and they got 4 limbs?
So I just received an email from my food stamp benefit saying that if the government shutdown lasts longer than this month, I will not be receiving any benefits next month. What I get paid equals to the amount of what my bills are, just bills. So that doesn't include diapers and wipes, gas, food. It's just the rent, the water, the electricity, the cable, the internet, my phone bill, and my car insurance. That's the bill. I find myself left struggling to put gas in my car, buy diapers and wipes, and food. Luckily, I have food stamps benefit. And it's not like I'm sitting around being lazy, just collecting help from the government. I work full time. Everything's increasing except my pay rate. There's a lot of people that are in my situation that work full time and still cannot afford to buy food because your paychecks literally cover just bills. Us moms always figure it out. We're always going to find a way. But it is kind of stressful, having to now think about how I'm going to buy food next month. Plus all my bills that I can barely afford anyways.
I actually feel my blood boiling because there are people like this who apply for the food stamps. I didn't make the requirements and you didn't make them, but for these people met the requirements, right? We don't know how much they make. And I'm actually disgusted on their behalf for all the people making these nasty, disgusting comments, wishing them to suffer. I think that's the part that's really getting me, is the wanting other people to suffer. I tried to make sense out of it. Are they wanting other people to suffer because they're suffering? It could be a whole list of reasons. And no matter what the option was, I still couldn't come to the conclusion on why you would celebrate somebody going hungry. I just can't make sense of it. I think that's evil, and I think a lot of y'all are evil. And this is all politics aside. Wanting people to go hungry, somebody's daughter, somebody's son, and you're cheering it on, I don't understand.
So no food stamp benefits for the month of November. Whoop-dee-doo. You can figure it out for 1 month. I'm just saying. Now, I'm not talking about the elderly or the disabled. We need to get together and figure out how to help them. But you able-bodies that can drop it low and spread it wide, it's time to get up and get out and get busy. Do something.
And you know what's the sad part about this video right here is y'all aren't going to help the elderly. You know, it sounds good to be like, yeah, we need to get together and help them because we feel bad for them. Y'all aren't going to help nobody. What's interesting about what she's saying is it's kind of like there's a hierarchy to her. Like, yeah, the elderly, oh no, we can't let them starve. But the kids, who a lot of them benefit from food stamps, because I gave you all the statistics earlier. Just forget them, huh? Because their parents need to figure it out. What's going to happen if their parents can't figure it out? And I'm also a person that believes you should be able to take care of the children that you put on the earth. However, I'm also realistic. Sometimes that don't happen that way. And whether or not I like the decisions that somebody's parents made on bringing them here to the earth, whether they were prepared or not, I don't believe that their children deserve to suffer and go hungry. Just, you should have planned better. A lot of people aren't going to be fine if they have to go a month without their stamps. They already weren't doing fine. And I think it's even more interesting if we are being honest about the state of the economy and what a lot of normal everyday Americans are feeling. They're feeling like they're not getting paid enough to survive even with their jobs. And for some of the people who aren't on food stamps, they're like, man, I'm barely making it. I need some help. I would like some help. And honestly, you know, I get where they're coming from because everybody's like, dang, stuff is getting high. I'm going to the store. My dollar ain't stretching the way it used to. And I think it's very easy when it's not you that's hungry to be like, oh, you'll be all right. Like, y'all be fine. When I know for many people, they won't be fine. Some people have a lot of people to feed. I'm not saying that I agree or disagree with how many people they decided to bring to the earth or have in their household. I'm stating the facts. They have a lot of people to feed, and they qualified for something that was able to help them get food. And due to the government shutdown, they are no longer getting that help. You know what I think would make sense is a conversation more centered around, hey, if there is some sort of fraud, waste, and abuse with the people on the system, how can we tighten up that? How can we make sure that the people who actually need the help are getting it? Should there be a renewal process? Some sort of update you have to do? I think those are reasonable conversations to have. But to just say everybody on there is going to be all right and y'all are going to figure it out for the older folks when we know that's not true, it's like selling people a bunch of dreams. Y'all are just saying stuff that sounds good. And if y'all want to fight about it, join the military because I already did my time.
Okay, it's all good. You will survive.
And before I get into this next part, I'm going to be quite honest. There's been a lot of content creators who have fallen victim to AI, and I'm not even going to say that I may have not been a victim at some point in time because I have a reaction channel. There is propaganda that is actually out to divide the people. And you want to know the kicker, y'all? The videos aren't even real. And you know what a lot of reaction content creators are doing on YouTube even? They are reacting to the videos. And honestly, I think some of y'all know it's not real, but they don't care. They're doing it anyway. Now, I just want to make this clear. I am not here to take political sides. What I am showing you is how artificial intelligence, also known as AI, is being used to push certain stories or emotion in relation to topics like food stamps. My goal is not to tell you what to think. It's to show you how AI can shape what we see on social media and even have us questioning if it is real. Sometimes the intent of the video actually is to make you upset and to divide the masses on purpose. But don't believe me. See the bigger picture here for yourself.
Sam so that I thought he cared about folks like me, and now they didn't cut off my food stamps, my check. Groceries for me and my.
Okay, so in that video, we just heard that lady said, I'm sorry I voted for him. I thought he cared about folks like me, and now they cutting off my food stamps, right? So watch this next video and pay attention to what the next lady looks like and what she is saying.
I need to say I'm sorry. I voted for him. I thought he was going to help folks like me. I really did. Now my son's gone. They cut off my heat and help last week. I don't know how I'm supposed to buy groceries next month to keep the lights on. I ain't got no.
Now, I know what you may be saying. Simone, that sounds pretty similar, right? No, it might be a coincidence, right? I got another one for you.
Y'all, I was wrong. I voted for him thinking he'd help folks like me, and now they done cut off my food stamps, my gas voucher, everything. I don't know how I'm gonna eat.
One more time.
I gotta say I'm sorry. I voted for him, thought he'd look out for folks like me, and now they done cut everything off. Food stamps, rent help, all of it. I don't know how I'm gonna...
And I wanted to point out that these videos actually have thousands of views. This one right here, 130,000. And the thing is, a lot of these people don't understand that this is AI. This video here has 630,000 views. And the account's name is the Not Real AI Packs. And in their bio, it even says, is this even real life? And the answer is no, it's not. Now, obviously, at this point, using your own critical thinking skills, you can see a theme that was going on there on that profile. But it's not just with people that look like that. There's these type of videos being pushed out online too. And guess what? They're also AI.
When I get older, shoot, I want to have like 20 baby daddies. They all gonna pay me child support. I get my EBT. I'm set.
Why don't you just get a job?
It even shows the Sora pop-up here on the screen. Sora is actually a type of AI that is now being used to essentially create a whole bunch of AI slop. A lot of things that aren't really real, that can be very deceptive to the human eye because she looks like a real person, doesn't she? What Sora is an AI-powered text-to-video model and social media app developed by OpenAI that generates short video clips from text prompts. And it says here it can create realistic or stylized videos, add sound, and extend existing video clips. So if you're on TikTok or any sort of social media and you see that logo right here pop up on the video, you're probably watching an AI-generated video that is there to invoke some sort of emotion out of you. And a lot of the time, unfortunately, they're feeding into negative stereotypes about certain people, which is why I think this is very dangerous, because these profiles are gaining large followings and people are in the comments saying quite nasty things under a lot of these videos. And here's another one.
Once upon a cloudy afternoon in the capital, a hero with a teal bonnet began an unusual quest. Ma'am, stop the car.
And to many people, this is funny. But if you were to show this to your grandma or your granddad, or even to your mom and dad, a lot of them would not know that this is not real. This is the day and age that we're currently living in, and it's getting scary out here. Now, not only do we have to worry about AI and the propaganda that goes around with that as far as these food stamps goes, but there are also people making skits. And honestly, I'm not even mad at the people making skits because they just trying to get a bag off of a trendy thing. But a lot of these content creators aren't doing any sort of research and they're reacting to it as though it's real. It feeds their narrative. So why not talk about the fact that it's not even real to their audiences, right? Here is one that I have been seeing floating around YouTube specifically. A lot of content creators have been reacting to this lady's video. Now, this lady took the internet by storm, and so many people on TikTok and YouTube were doing reaction videos to her. But what does the caption say, y'all? It says, FYP, we back, and now it's for food. This is a skit. I have a receipt for all the food in this video. Pound skit.
Hi, you guys. I'm out of the store. So they wanted $7 for this. Mind you, I don't have food stamps anymore. They cut me off. So I only had $22 left in food stamps. So this is what I stole, okay? They wanted $9 for this. I said, I don't got $9. Then they wanted $2 for this. They wanted $7 for this. I'm making some stuffed salmon today. These are needed. I'm not paying $7 for that. Okay, let me show you the most important thing to me. Short ribs. Take off the label so that you don't beep.
There were a lot of people who did follow-up videos saying, get a job. This is where my taxpayer dollars are going. Your nails are done. You made sure to have that wig on. They were saying all sorts of stuff about the lady. Now, I'm not saying anything about her personally. That's just what they were saying because I don't really want to play their videos. Because if we get into the nitty-gritty, some of it was way worse than what I'm saying. It wasn't very nice. Now, I'm not going to tell y'all what to think. I just want y'all to be informed about the sort of content that you're consuming and what it means. We are in a day and age where we do have to ask, is this a skit? Is this AI? Or is this a real person being vulnerable about their situation? We have to remember, there are people out there that have prompted an AI to say, hey, give me something that looks like this. She looks like the type of woman that would say something like this in a video.
Y'all want us to take the food stamps? I'm going to get mine regardless. I got this basket full. Don't ask me no questions. I'm not leaving nothing on that shelf. Y'all can stand in line if you want to, but me, I'm already outside. This bag too heavy.
That video was posted just 9 hours ago, and we already have a comment underneath here that says, This is counterproductive. Black people are already the face of SNAP, even though white people are the majority of recipients. She's falling into the stereotype that Black people are lazy thieves. Now, I'm only reading that to show you all how this person who has left this comment has fallen into the propaganda. This is not real, but she's not the only one, to be fair. So we have to use the opportunity to educate the people around us about what is really going on. And I say that humbly, y'all, because I too have probably been a victim of thinking that an AI video was real. So I don't say any of this to shame anybody. I really do want to educate the masses. And speaking of AI, this video right here, I wished was AI, because this was very disappointing.
And I'm really glad that these food stamps are being taken away because, all that government assistance was designed to keep the Black man out of the household anyway. That was the incentive. Don't have a man in the house, and these women get to have the government assistance. All that money in food stamps, feeling like they don't need a man. I'm glad that food stamps still gone. Now the average guy that makes $40,000 to maybe $50,000 a year will be appreciated and loved on more now. Yeah, all that $100,000 stuff, yeah, that stuff ain't never made sense. You know what I'm saying? It's possible for a man to make that, but the average guy ain't making it. Maybe the average guy can get some love now, man.
Now, I would ask, what do you mean by get some love? I'm just asking for a friend. What could one mean by now the average man can get some love? And mind you, this is a man who is saying he's happy that food stamps are being cut for people. I'm assuming he means women. So now men like him can be the savior and get what has always belonged to them because the food stamps are gone. When if you really think about it, sir, with all due respect, these would be the same people saying you're a gold digger the minute that you are around because your food stamps are out and be like, you're only here because the government ain't giving you no food stamps no more. So now you want the women to run to you so you can get some love. Is that real love or is that survival? So do you want somebody to be financially dependent? Because that's what it sounds more like. And this whole conversation of the food stamp thing really has revealed a lot about a lot of people in the last few weeks. Some of y'all are weird to get on the camera and say, finally, we'll be able to bag them. Like y'all are about to be getting all the women because they have no choice. Do you hear what I'm saying? Because they don't have a choice. It's giving forced. Are y'all okay? I need y'all to hold it and hold it tight. It belongs to you.
Maybe the average man can get some love now. Yeah. Go text Bob the electrician back, love. He waiting on you. And he gonna treat you right.
It's just really disgusting activities going on right now. Really. But some of y'all gotta get it how you live. And I thought this woman right here was a good person to show in regards to this whole food stamp conversation.
I take travel contracts for work right now, twice the money. Okay. The economy requires me to leave my home for work. Because if I take a regular staff position, I'll make anywhere from $31 to $35 an hour. Prime example, for 3 months out of this year, I did home care. I made $32 an hour, 40 hours a week. Okay? My biweekly take home after taxes, retirement, and health insurance for me and my 3-year-old daughter, my biweekly take home was right around $1,600. Okay, multiply that by 2 gives you through a month, $3,200 a month take home. Sounds like good money, doesn't it? Should be good money. $32 an hour, right? $3,200 a month to live on. Anybody should live on that, right? Right. That's what I thought too. Okay. So my rent was, now mind you, that's decent. That is below the national average. Okay. Rent $1,400 a month. Gas and electric, they'd wax and wane. You know, electric's higher in the summer, gas is higher in the winter. But between the two of them, they averaged around $300. Okay, so we're at $1,700 a month. Full-time, Monday through Friday, childcare for my 3-year-old, $1,100 a month. I'm now at $2,800 of my $32. I have $400 left to put gas in my car, groceries on the table, trees, any co-pays if we decide to go to the doctor's office, a car payment. You might as well drive a paid off car. Mind you, I don't. Okay. Car insurance. All of that is supposed to be covered a month. If I sat down with somebody from Michigan work and they put together my expenses and they put together what I make, I would qualify for SNAP benefits. And I would need them in order to keep me and my daughter afloat with me working full time, making $32 an hour. What is not clicking, guys?
And the question is, should we be upset even though she makes $35 an hour, that she qualifies for SNAP benefits? Is she less deserving because she makes $35 an hour? Because I thought that you had to qualify in order to get these benefits in the first place. It's not just given to any and everybody, because that's why a lot of people are mad. They wish they could get it. A lot of people make $100, $200, $300 more, they're right on the edge of being able to receive the benefits, but they make a little bit too much money. And the crazier thing is, she's making $35 an hour. I know a lot of y'all don't make that in an hour. She has what a lot of people say is a good job, and she should be doing great, right? Do you think that she's living above her means? I'm just curious. Let me know down in the comments.
And I would need them in order to keep me and my daughter afloat with me working full time, making $32 an hour.
Oh, sorry, y'all. She makes $32 an hour. Still more than a lot of people make. I'm just being honest. Most people don't make $32 an hour. Be lucky to make $25.
What is not clicking, guys? Oh, get a job. Oh, the few bad ones are ruining it for all the good. I don't care how many people are abusing the system. You cannot shut the whole system down and just say, oh, well, sorry. Two Joe Schmoes from bum nowhere don't want to get a job. So since we decided they qualify and they've been abusing the system, like revamp the qualification system, not the system if you have to. We're the ones approving these people who are abusing the system. Change the qualification criteria. Change the criteria for being able to stay on it. Change the reevaluation period for how much you get and how often you're reevaluated.
I agree.
I don't care what you have to, you can't shut it off. You can't stop it. And I'm sorry, but you seriously mean to tell me that this program, this SNAP benefit program, okay, funded by taxpayer dollars, is out of money?
They're not necessarily out of money right now. They just have the government shutdown, so you're not able to access the money until everything is back up and running again as far as the government goes. Unfortunately, everybody that's on SNAP benefits are collateral damage, just like everybody that's going to the airport and TSA isn't there, or the air traffic controllers. The people are just the collateral damage because these are government programs, government systems, or government agencies. The federal workers are being impacted right now. Some of them are furloughed. Some of them got fired. Military is feeling it. They're not getting paid. The people on food stamps, SNAP, WIC, they're feeling it. Their children are feeling it. Everybody ends up being collateral damage when the government is shut down. And that's why a lot of people are ready for it to open back up. I don't know when it's going to happen. Hopefully soon, because I don't like seeing people go hungry, going without their paychecks. And we're coming up on the longest government shutdown in American history.
We can't feed the mouths on our soil, but we can supply foreign aid. Like, give me that money back so I can support the families in my area. I am from a densely SNAP benefit using area. Okay, I come from a not very high on the bar area. Give me my money back. If you're not going to fund programs to feed the mouths around me, give me my money back and I will feed them. The other thing too is, you guys want to blame the parents. Well, I feel bad that the kids are going to go hungry, but the parents should get maybe 4 kids with 3 different.
I honestly feel like it's a little too late for that, and that's why I'm saying a lot of y'all are evil, just nasty spirited. You know it's too late. You're the adult in the situation. You're the one making the comments online. Y'all know that it's too late. The kids are here. Whether you agree with the lifestyle choices that their parents made or not, those kids will go hungry, and you know that, and that's a fact. But some of you simply have no heart, and you definitely don't care about the kids. A lot of y'all are using this as a gotcha moment for certain demographics of people you don't like. And I'm just going to be honest, you don't like certain people, and you're using it as a gotcha moment. I hate to say it, but there's a lot of men online using this. Hey, the women are about to suffer. It's disgusting. There are men like the one I showed you earlier. Some of the men out here trying to get chose right now. It's really weird. This whole thing is weird, and it really shows a lot. I thought it couldn't get no more spookier than October. Y'all bringing the spookiness and the weirdness into no...
I can't even stress this enough. No woman lays down with a man going, yeah, well, I'm going to have this baby, but I know he's going to financially abandon me someday. I'm not a single mom because I knew when I laid down with my ex-husband that he was not going to financially support me someday.
And then there's going to be the people that'll be like, well, you should have made better life choices. There's going to be a rebuttal for everything. You know what they're never going to mention is the fact that the kids are going to go hungry. They don't want to talk about that. They're just going to be like, you should have chose better, should have did better. The podcast pros are going to be out here in full effect talking about, didn't nobody tell you to? And again, y'all don't care about human life and you don't care about kids. Because if you did, you wouldn't celebrate the fact that their household is not going to have food. What's not clicking to y'all?
And no, I don't get child support or spousal support. I was the breadwinner there. That's not the point. Some of these single mothers or single fathers can't even find a job that will work with their kids' school schedules and or won't fire them when they have to call in 3 times in a school year because of school days or because a kid's sick, or that will pay them enough to cover childcare if they're not of school age. And then also enough on top of that to help pay rent and the bills. Like at that point, you understand the amount of women who are leaving their careers and you guys want to get out here and tell single moms, get a f***ing job. Or another thing, food for thought. Some of you, not all of you, but some of you that are about single moms being on SNAP benefits are the same type of men 10, 20 years from now that will financially abandon your wife. And she's got 4 kids and been a stay-at-home mom for the last 18 years.
And not her cooking, not her eating y'all up like this. And you know what? I'm not even mad. After that last video, some of y'all are disgusting. There are men that actually are like, yeah, I'm glad that you're going to need me again. First off, just think about the energy that you're coming with, that anger. You're not even happy. You're just spiteful and ready to have some sort of control or dominate somebody financially. That's weird. And if you want to fight about it, you need to join the military because I did my time already. My taxpayer dollars are going to stuff that I don't agree with either. But I just think you got to be nasty spirited to celebrate hungry people. Some of y'all really need to ask, what would Jesus do? Because that man from earlier really put Proverbs 22:4 in his bio, and it says, humanity is the fear of the Lord. Its wages are riches and honor and life. And I'm not saying we're not perfectly flawed individuals here on earth. I know we all got work to do. We're not perfect human beings. That's why Jesus came down and did what he did for us. But the thing is, do you really think Jesus would be behind you celebrating his children being hungry and going without, mocking people who have less than you? Come on now.
In conclusion, either turn the SNAP benefits back on or give me my taxes back. If you're not gonna at least feed the kids, feed the hungry.
A lot of the government shutdown has already affected a lot of people in ways that they weren't even expecting. I did a video about the government shutdown and how people would be impacted when this first started happening. And honestly, everything is exactly how I said it was going to be. I'm not happy about that, by the way. I hope that this ends soon, just like I said in that first video, because I don't like seeing people suffer. And I know a lot of people are struggling right now, and I actually have a heart. And I think a lot of y'all are weird. Y'all, this video has been very hard for me because I've been trying to keep my composure. But I need to know, how do y'all feel about the food stamp situation? Do you think that the government should go ahead and cut SNAP and food stamps back on so people don't go hungry? Or are you one of the people that believes that, hey, they should starve? They need to get 2-3 jobs. We got to start making better decisions today in order to have a better future.